All right, my Google Calendar looks like it has connected here. Let's go ahead and check out that booking link one more time. Well, that didn't do it. Even though I've got a calendar integrated, my booking page is still temporarily unavailable. Yeah, I can't write anything. That is a button to switch between calendar and meetings. No, it's still not working. What's up, everybody? Dave Swift here from ClientAmp.com. I'm back with another LTD review. This is That LTD Life, the series where I review the best and the worst software deals on the internet. A slew of new deals have just dropped over at AppSumo, so I'm going to try to get through all of those this week, hopefully, starting off with mymeet.io. This is a meeting tool. It's interesting. AppSumo still has basically an open door policy to a lot of similar tools to the software that they make. I recently reviewed TidyCal, which would technically be a competitor to mymeet.io, but mymeet.io has a slew of features that TidyCal doesn't have, such as AI-generated meeting summaries. So I'm excited to dig into this one. I'm going to check out the plans and pricing here. I've not purchased my plan yet, so I'll be doing that in this video. Looks like tier 2 is probably where I'm personally going to end up, because you get basically all of the features, 540 minutes worth of meetings. I don't do that many meetings in a month, so that should be just fine. I assume those are renewable. It's not just like 540 flat out, but I should check into that. And then you get all of the other features such as meeting recording, whiteboarding, WhatsApp notifications, digital visiting cards, and after meeting redirection. The only thing that's added if you go up to tier 3 is everything goes to unlimited, which is great if you have a large business, and you also get to remove their branding. So a lot of people are going to be interested in that for just doubling the price. All right, let's jump into this. I'm going to buy tier 2, and we'll find out if it's actually any good. This is a good time to point out that you should definitely consider signing up to be an AppSumo Plus member if you haven't already. I am saving about $13 on this purchase just for signing up for AppSumo Plus, and you also get some other perks. Like if I jump back out here to the most recent deals, often they will give exclusive pricing to Plus members. So we'll go to the latest deals here, and you can see that LayerPath and Plugger.ai have AppSumo exclusive pricing. They are currently a little bit cheaper. My guess is they're probably going to be $59 each in about 2 days when this deal ends. So depending on when this is published, you might still be able to take advantage of that. Although this video isn't about either of those tools, but if they're interesting to you, hop on it as quickly as possible. LayerPath is for onboarding. It's like doing little product demos. And then Plugger.ai is to automate design tasks with AI-powered tools. So we'll be covering those in other videos, but for now, I'm going to secure my license for mymeet.io. Just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? All right, so I've got my account all set up here, and I've taken a quick tour of the interface. It looks pretty nice, but one thing's becoming very clear to me is that this tool is basically just a front end for Google Meet. So if you're not in the Google ecosystem, this tool is not going to be a great fit for you. However, if you use Google Workplace for your business, you use Google all the time, MyMeet might be a nice booking interface. Now, Google does have some scheduling stuff built in, so this will need to be a significant upgrade from what it's already offering in order to make it a worthwhile investment, even at a lifetime deal. So we're looking at the dashboard here, and you can see that there's a lot of information presented to you. You can see how many upcoming bookings you have, how many meetings you've completed, your meeting topics, which are basically like the categories or the types of meetings that you're going to hold. So for example, a personal meeting, or you could do a discovery call, or maybe a monthly client check-in, whatever types of meetings you typically have, you load them in as topics. And remember, the number of topics is restricted by which plan you buy on AppSumo. So license tier 2, which is what I purchased, is limited to just 2 meeting topics. If you're on tier 1, you only get 1 meeting topic. I feel like these numbers are very, very low. It would be nice to freely create as many topics as I need without upgrading to tier 3, which is obviously a significantly steeper investment. Even if we just went like 5 and 10, I think that'd be fair. But holding back to just 1 and 2 types of meeting, that's pretty restrictive. For example, this is our company's website, ClientAmp.com, and I offer flexible coaching and support. Now, I don't do these in live meetings. I do these through video sharing. But if you go down to the plans and pricing here, you can see I offer 3 different types of meetings, 15, 30, and 60-minute meetings. If I was restrained to just offering 2 different price points because of the software I was using, I'd find that a little bit restrictive. However, without belaboring that fact any longer than I already have, let's check out how the topics actually work. they've created one on my behalf. So let's go ahead and edit this. I'll click the triple dots over here and go to edit and just see what the overall layout is. So you can see the meeting topic is like the title of the meeting. We have a duration here, which is selected in 15-minute increments. And then we have a currency, so we can actually charge for our appointments. We'll have to see how that is integrated. And then we have a rate. So let's say I set, I don't know, $160 for a 60-minute meeting. And then I can manage my methods. Let's click on this. Takes me to a new screen here where I can integrate with their payment collection methods. So we've got PayPal, and then it looks like UPI. I've not actually heard of UPI before. This must be maybe something that's not as popular in the United States, but maybe someone out there knows what this is. They can drop me a comment and fill me in. It's a very interesting no Stripe integration. That's one integration you typically see pretty frequently with SaaS providers. So I wonder if there is a methodology or a reasoning behind that. I like using Stripe. I feel like it's a cleaner interface than PayPal. And a lot of people just have, I mean, I guess people probably have visceral reactions against Stripe as well. But I think it's a little bit more common to just dislike PayPal. People have been maybe scammed or cheated more frequently on PayPal probably than any other payment provider. All right, so back over to editing my meeting topic. I'm not going to set up a payment integration right now, but it looks like it would be as simple as just entering in my PayPal address if I wanted to do that. So we'll go ahead and configure this. We'll say a 60-minute coaching session and hit update. Now in the next screen down, we can set our availability. This is exactly what you think it's going to be. We can set up availability for each day of the week. And if you need to schedule holidays off, you click right over here and it takes you to the holiday calendar. Both the payment collection method and the holiday calendar is on a person by person basis. So that is inside of your profile right over here. If I click on my profile, it takes you to that same screen where you can fill in a little details about yourself, your plan. You can see what you're currently subscribed to. I'm on the AppSumo Lifetime Tier 2. There's a button to upgrade here. If I like, I can link up my social media accounts, add those holidays like we just talked about. Like, let's say I want to take Christmas Day off. Oh, very interesting here. I can't actually go out past August to schedule out holidays. That is a little bit irritating. It'd be nice to maybe at the beginning of the year to schedule all of your holidays for the year, or even just set them up in advance and make them permanent holidays for the days that, don't change, like Christmas and New Year's Day and things like that. But here in the States, the 4th of July is the next holiday coming up. So I'm going to choose that one right here, hit save changes, and now that day is no longer available for booking. And we'll confirm that momentarily. Let's just finish up exploring the My Profile section here. The next tab over is called Meeting Setting. You can see here I have a redirect URL, an end message, and a meeting provider. So by default, it's set to Google, which made me believe that that was the only provider they worked with. But if I drop down here, My Meet can also be the meeting provider, which is very, very interesting. And as someone, you might know this, who doesn't rely on Google for much of anything other than I'm on YouTube right now. I love YouTube. There is a reason that I would not want to use this product if it only relied on Google. So I'm definitely going to be testing out the My Meet integration over the Google one here, because everyone kind of knows how Google Meets work. They work fine most of the time, unless your microphone doesn't connect and maybe the person's on an Apple browser and it doesn't give the audio. So Meet has a little ways to go. Generally prefer Zoom for those types of meetings, but that's not an option here. So we'll check out the built-in integration. And our other options are just the payment collection method we already saw, an option to reset your password, and then finally, you can delete your profile if you decide this tool is just not for you and you don't want them to have your data any longer. All right, so we have checked out the dashboard, the topics, the availability. Next up is bookings, and this is just a list of all of your existing bookings. I don't have any, so there's nothing much to see on this screen. We'll have to come back and check it out after I've scheduled some bookings. There's a few more buttons up here. We can see our instant meeting history. I've not talked about this yet, but there is a button up here that says instant meet. So let's say you get an email from someone, they're like, hey, I need to talk to you right now. You can launch a meeting instantly. So we'll look into that feature a little bit deeper. Heading over to the next section is branding. Interesting move to put branding in the left-hand sidebar. All of these other options are related to your actual meetings. Branding, more of a setup thing, should probably live down in settings, but it doesn't. So let's proceed and set up our branding here. I can upload a logo, choose a brand color, choose a font color, and then I get a little preview over here as to what it's going to actually look like. All right, so here is what my booking page looks like with my logo uploaded. I've set the brand color to just be this dark black look, and then I've set a font color to be white. There are some presets down here, by the way, if you'd like to choose one of them. This is playful. I'm not sure how playful it is to me personally. It looks a little bit intense with the red colors. If I saw that on a booking page, I feel like it's maybe more of an emergency type of meeting. We have classic, which does have that kind of classic trust brand appeal. Serene, a very bright yellow color, reminds me of sunshine. Heat, not that serene. And then calming, which that's pretty reasonable name. Not a big fan of the color contrast here, however, with the just slightly darker text to the background. This probably would pose a accessibility or usability issue for some folks. All right, I'm gonna go back to my dark background here and save the changes. Now let's view this as a client and see what it looks like. All right, pretty good looking. I could upload my avatar here and I've got my different topics to choose to actually schedule a meeting. If I click on this, I can go to next. I can't go to next probably because I have not configured any payment options. So let's actually remove the fee for this so we can proceed through the booking. Now, actually it says this page is for preview purposes only. However, I will still remove the payment method. And you can notice the branding down here. If I wanted to remove that, I need to upgrade to tier 3 on AppSumo. I don't care very much for the font selection, so that would probably actually motivate me to remove the branding more than anything, not because that I really just don't want to advertise what company I'm using, but just having this down here ruins the design of the page, which is already not incredible, to be honest. It's fine, it's usable, but it's not like, oh, this is such an attractive looking booking page, at least to me personally. All right, so I've got a few tasks. I'm going to upload my avatar here. So back in my profile, I'll click right here to upload a picture. I'm gonna go to my topics. I'm gonna edit this one and we'll just make this free. And let's add in another topic here. This one will be a 30-minute meeting and we'll add this. Now it's very interesting. I thought I had saved my avatar, but it's not saving. So I went to go check and uploading it again. This is an avatar I've used across dozens of different SaaS providers, maybe even into the hundreds. So I've just got it saved here. It's avatar square, upload, and it looks like it renders just fine. However, if I go to save it, you're gonna see a little box pop up here. Could not update data, please try again. I'm not sure what the problem might be. This is a standard JPEG file. Yeah, it's just not working at all. I'll try a different image. Yeah, the other image would not work either. So there's definitely something going on with their file saving structure here for your avatar. So definitely a buzzkill. I do note that the file types and the maximum file size, I have met that significantly. The avatar that I was uploading was under 100 kilobytes, so should definitely have worked. I'm just gonna upload like a random YouTube thumbnail and see if that will save, if I can get anything to save here. No, that won't save either. So I'm just gonna go ahead and declare this probably not functional right now. I wonder if it's because I don't have the designation field filled out. Notice that it says it's required. I don't know why that would stop the profile image from saving, but I might have just figured this out. I don't even know what designation means, honestly, in this respect. So a quick Google search tells me that designation might be used interchangeably with your position's title. We don't really say that here in the States. I haven't heard anyone say that ever personally, but I'm just gonna go ahead and enter in managing director here. That's my title at Client Amp. I'll put my company's name in. Interesting, there's not a spot for your company's website. However, I will save these changes. And now I'm gonna try to upload my image. Now it updates successfully. All right, that is a weird bug. It should still take your avatar, or it should make the error you need to set your designation before uploading an avatar, make it a little bit more clear, but I'm glad I caught that, and now our problem is solved. We can proceed to checking out that booking page. In fact, if I go to my dashboard here, I can see there is a link to the booking page. I'm gonna click that so that it's copied to my clipboard. I'm gonna open up a private window, and let's check out this booking page. Oh, it says it's temporarily unavailable, so I'll need to figure out how to turn that on. And there's no clear instructions on how to actually turn on that booking page, but I do have a hunch. Let's follow up with it. So if I head over to the integration section here, I've got options to connect up my calendar and my meeting platform, or Google Meet, essentially. When I click over here, that is the only option. This user interface, very, very confusing because the buttons here are basically full width to this section. So it just feels a little bit strange going through it, and there's no outlines around the buttons, but that is actually what's going on. So I can link up a Google or Microsoft Calendar here, and then I can also link up my Google Meet. Now, I don't use really either of these two services, but I do have a burner account I can link up quickly. So let's go ahead and tend to that. So I've selected Google here, and then I have to actually go over and click link account. Kind of an unusual user behavior. I would think by just clicking on the calendar button, it would pop open the Google little dialog box so I can link it, but no, you actually have to do it a different way. So let me link up my burner account here. And it says failed to connect to Google account. Please try again. I don't know what I did. Let's figure out this problem. All right, so it's saying my Meet already has some access, but it wants a little bit more. So let's go through this one more time. I'll hit continue. All right, my Google Calendar looks like it has connected here. Let's go ahead and check out that booking link one more time. Well, that didn't do it. Even though I've got a calendar integrated, my booking page is still temporarily unavailable. All right, I'm going through their little demo to see if I missed anything. And this is a section where it's showing you how to integrate your calendar. And it's telling me to write a brief description of what the buyer should expect from this particular module of your product. Maybe this looks like maybe placeholder text. So am I supposed to write something here? I'll have to check that out. But it looks like maybe they just didn't finish their demo, which is not a great sign when they don't finish the demo. Yeah, I can't write anything. That is a button to switch between calendar and meetings. So the booking page visibility has a toggle switch down here, and it is on. So maybe I'll just try turning it off and then back on again.
Hello, IT. Have you tried turning it off and on again?
No, it's still not working. Well, maybe they have the on-off switch wrong. Let's turn this so that it's off. Maybe that's actually on. No, it's still unavailable. All right, TidyCal is looking pretty good right now. I'm excited to try this. I want to have the AI features. I want to be able to, do video meetings and things like that. But this is getting painful. One of the things that stands out is that there's no way for me to automatically create a booking from the administration area here. So if I did want to just schedule someone, maybe I'm in person with someone, I don't want to be like, hey, go to my website and book an appointment with me. I could just do it right here, but there's no option that I can see anywhere to actually schedule an appointment myself. I just have to go to my booking page, which obviously doesn't work. Here's the preview. It says this page is for preview only. I can try to go to the next page, but nothing works. All right, so just screwing around here a little bit with the availability section. A couple features that look nice, although they don't matter if I can't schedule an appointment. One is you can copy and paste availability to different days. So let's say I actually wanted to be available on Saturday. I could copy it over to Saturday. Hypothetically, it doesn't look like that worked, but let's try it again. There, now it worked. I had to enable it first. That should work without enabling it, but it didn't. The other thing that's kind of cool is that you can set multiple availabilities per day. So there's a plus button right here. So let's say I wanted to take a break from 5 to 6 for maybe a dinner, and then I could come back and finish up my shift from 6 to 9. No rest for the wicked. 12-hour days. That's, totally normal. Gary V, thank you. Notice even Gary V is like backing off on that now. Like, sleep's important. We've learned a lot since 2006. Or maybe Gary V's like 55 now and he can't stay up that long. I don't know. All right, we've reached that stage in the video where I'm just going to ask support to see if they can fix this for me. I will pause the recording here and just pick it up if they're able to provide me any solution. But until then, I'm not sure there's a whole lot more to say. I did discover one other nice little feature. I'll show you that before I pause for their support to reply. This isn't really anything fancy, but it's good to know that it exists. If we go under our meeting topics here, under actions, I missed this before, but there's actually a copy and share link for each appointment type or topic. So that if you want to just send out a direct link to book with you without seeing the option to choose the different topics, you can do that, which is great so that you can have like discovery calls or something like that and just send someone that link directly to the meeting topic that you have in mind. I did try to add another topic just to see if it would work, and it told me I needed to upgrade before adding more topics. So that's a good sign. At least their own protections are working. The other buttons up here, we have light and dark mode. So here's what it looks like in dark mode. It is actually super dark. Dark mode doesn't need to mean black. Almost difficult to read here. It needed a slight bit more contrast in my opinion. Let's go back to light. We've got an updates option right over here. If I click this, it slides out a little bar and shows me all of the updates that they have made. It's kind of interesting to look at how often a company updates their product just to get a feel for what stage they are at in the game. If they're just doing bug fixes and a few updates here and there, that might be a sign that the product is more established and doesn't need a lot. If they're doing constant, like there is about a dozen different upgrades on June 22nd, they are clearly scurrying to the finish line in order to get prepped for this AppSumo launch. In fact, I don't see anything updated prior to June 22nd. So maybe that's something to do with their updating system, or they just started using this tool and felt like they wanted to fill it up with some information. But We can sort the different types of updates that they've done, but it is assigned to me that this is probably a pretty new tool. Well, seeking resolution to my current predicament, I was just stumbling through and I did find a roadmap for this tool. It looks like they are adding Zoom meeting integration right now that's in progress. So hypothetically, that will be available and you won't have to use Google Meet if you don't enjoy using their own meeting platform. We also are going to get a widget to add onto your website, so probably a little embed code so that you can book appointments right from your webpage rather than sending people over to the mymeet.io domain name. All right, even though I've yet to get my booking page up and going, I do have the ability to create an instant meeting. Now I've configured my meetings to work with the mymeet.io platform and not Google Meet. So when I click over here, I do need to grant permission to use my microphone and my camera, but then I should be able to start a meeting up right away. So we can at least see what this interface looks like. Meeting language I can choose right here. I can join the meeting and it says the AI meeting summary has 540 minutes remaining. And I can view the meeting history right here. So let's join this meeting. Well, first I can copy and click up here so I can share this meeting, and I'll hit join meeting and kind of pops me open into a full screen look here. And it says it needs access to speech recognition. I will allow that. We've got some options down here. We've got the ability to mute your microphone. We've got the ability to turn off your camera. You can see my logos in the upper left-hand corner. That looks kind of cool. Maybe a little bit big, but I could upload something smaller, I suppose. We can do a screen share right here. Let's check that out. And it's letting me select a specific window or a specific screen. So I don't know what I can actually share up that I have right now. Let me open something. We'll try this again. All right, here's a blank doc. I'm going to share this. And now you can see, oh, this actually looks pretty good. So I can see what it looks like to my user. It's covered up by my logo, so I would definitely get rid of that. Let's see if I resize the window, exactly what happens here. Kind of can fill up this screen a little bit. I don't have enough room on my monitor to get it too much larger than this without it overlapping here, and we can't see the layout. But that looks pretty good. I'm just using my built-in webcam for this, and yeah, it'd be nice if I could adjust this over or just keep it centered to make it look a little bit nicer. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with how this looks. There's a whiteboard option as well. I can pop that open. Look, I go to the other side and I can draw some notes here. So we've got the option to choose some fonts, it looks like, if I want to type something. That's interesting. It's okay. Here we go. It's showing me, what are these? This must be font size. All right. Let's do some really big fonts. It's weird that that editing thing pops open every time. So here is my meeting text. You can draw a box. Oh, the boxes don't stay. All right. That's weird. That box stayed. Okay. So the whiteboard is there. It's not super intuitive yet, but I have a feeling I'd probably get used to it. All right, let's put an arrow in here. Oh, that's undo. All right, I thought that was going to be an arrow. Here's an arrow. That's why the box didn't stay, as I hit undo. So you'll get used to these things. I can take a snapshot. So that'll basically just take a snapshot of the whiteboard, I believe, to kind of save it for yourself. We can clear the screen. All right, so pretty standard whiteboard features here. Nothing mind-blowing, but if you need to jot some notes down for everybody to kind of see, you can definitely do that. There's some setting options over here. If I click this gear icon, I can see the video quality. I've got QVGA, VGA, HD, and FHD. I have not heard anyone describe a video quality as VGA in quite some time, so that's interesting. That's the default. You can get HD on the plan that I'm currently on. Looks like it's having a hard time adjusting to that. There, my camera's back on. But I believe FHD, which I assume is something like maybe 2K resolution or something like that, is reserved for tier 3 on AppSumo, so I will not be able to demo it. However, I'll give it a shot here. Yeah, it says this is a premium feature, so it's not available to me. I can choose my input source over here. It's got all of the USB input devices that I've currently got, as well as my video source, or my camera, basically, which is coming from my display's webcam. There is a chat feature as well. We can pop that open to the right here, so I could share links. Notice that it does not format that link as something clickable. Let's try it with HTTPS to see if that works. That now becomes clickable. Be nice if it was smart enough to recognize just a regular old link. And there's a button over here to start our recording. Now I assume that nothing is being recorded until I click the record button, but that might be a faulty assumption since there's no indication that anything's actually happening when I click this button. Maybe I can't record a solo meeting. That could be part of the problem. And when I try to open this meeting link on my phone to have like a quasi conversation with myself, I find out that, well, it turns out my meeting link can't be shared. So I'm only able to access this because I seem to be in some kind of private admin mode, but no one on the external can actually join this meeting right now. So we can see the interface. We can see that they've actually built the meeting platform, but for some reason I am being blocked in and unable to share this link with the world to book with me. So that's a bummer. Oh, I was complaining earlier there was no space for my website inside of my bio, but it looks like they've got it under social media links, which I take offense to as someone who builds websites for a living. This is far different than a social media profile. And I can't actually just put my domain name.com. I have to add in the HTTPS. All right. The only thing I can think of is that perhaps my account is like not verified yet. Even though I did verify my email address, I'm going to sign out and sign in again. We're going to solve this problem. Sadly, that didn't do it either. All right, so I've explored every other facet of this software. I'm going to hit pause on this recording. I'll be back if this tool ever ends up working out. Otherwise, I'll be recording kind of a conclusion summarizing that you can't actually use it to do meetings. So hopefully they've got a solution for me. All right, so it's been roughly 6 hours since I sent the support request and I haven't heard anything back yet. That's okay. That's not very long, especially if they're in a different time zone on another part of the world. They're probably sleeping. However, I do need to finish this video and I can't really score it until I've actually tested a meeting and tried out the AI note-taking features and all of that good stuff. So I just gotta say that I probably don't recommend this based on my personal experience here. Going into the meeting part of the application, they definitely built it out. This isn't like some convoluted scam or something. It's a real app, but for some reason my booking page is blocked and I'm unable to actually fully test the tool, even though I paid full price over on AppSumo and my account was created perfectly, but I just can't seem to access the booking page. So I'm just gonna fill in the blanks here with a couple of other things that I learned during my research while I'm kind of trying to fix this on my own. First of all, one of my questions was about the reoccurringness, is that a word? About the meeting transcription and AI summaries. Those are reoccurring every single month. That was a question I had at the beginning of the video. I can now confirm that yes, those do reoccur. The other thing that I wanted to mention is that there is no way to schedule in-person meetings. So if you do a mixture of in-person and online meetings, this is not going to be a great tool for you because they don't have in-person meeting options. So when someone signs up for an appointment, they have to choose a online location. And I don't even think they get a choice. It's going to be whatever you set up in the back end as kind of the provider of the meeting. So whether you're using MyMeet, whether you use Zoom in the future or Google Meet right now, that is definitely the way it is. And they don't offer any sort of alternatives, phone meetings, things like that. They also don't have any sort of team plan. They do. There's one coming, I guess, for their enterprise plan. Here's their website right now. And you can see that they don't have an enterprise plan. They have an executive plan, but apparently they're going to have an enterprise one coming out, and that will offer multiple users, but that's not going to be included in the AppSumo deal. So I think that is pretty much it for my thoughts on this. I can't give it a score, but everything I saw looked like it was going to be eventually someday pretty good. However, if you need to start booking appointments right now, you're looking for a lifetime deal, definitely check out TidyCal. I mean, we live in a world where there are so many different offers for booking opportunities. Cal.com, also a very popular open source software. Have to plug that as well. So that's going to do it for this review. If you need help with your website, setting up your online technology, hit me up over at clientamp.com. If you have any questions or comments, I'll be checking the comments on YouTube very regularly. Otherwise, like, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next review. All right, folks. So it's a couple days since I recorded the original video. I'm traveling right now, so I'm not in my normal setup. I did get a message from their support yesterday, but that was my travel day. They just let me know that the problem with my account had been fixed, and now I should be able to see the scheduling page, which I can. So here is what the scheduling page looks like. I've got both of the topics that I created, and if I click on one of them, I can go to the next screen and actually proceed to schedule an appointment. This is what we've been missing. So let me see, I'll choose this day here. I've got a nice little selector for different times that are available. That's based on the availability I set up earlier inside of this video. Then I can enter my name, my email address, a phone number here, and if I want to add any guests, I can do that. I believe you can have up to 7 guests inside of my Meet, and then we can enter our meeting agenda here if you want. Now, these fields are optional primarily. I believe the email should be required, but I'm gonna go ahead and book my meeting here, and it says it's been successfully booked. I can add it to my calendar, and they have links for Google or using Microsoft. So if I actually wanted to add this to my personal calendar, I have to do it manually because I use like a normal CalDev calendar server, which I know is maybe becoming less common these days, but it's still an internet standard, and I'd love to see support for that. I'd also love to see integration with syncing up my CalDev calendar to my Meet so that I could actually book and have it go right into my personal calendar as a user of it, not as someone booking the appointment. But other than that, it's good. After I'm done with the appointment, it just kicks me back out to the top of the screen here where I could book another one. So here is my dashboard. I'm going to reload this page. I just made my first booking, so it says upcoming bookings right here. Notice earlier in the video, I actually mentioned the availability, right, and we were setting up our holidays, and you can see right here that I have an upcoming holiday, just to confirm that that does actually get respected. We can see our upcoming bookings right here, and here is the upcoming booking. If I wanted to join it, I would click right over here. After the meeting is done, I can click over here to see the AI meeting summaries, assuming I have enough credits in my account to actually generate that. Now, it's a little unfortunate. I don't have time to fully test out how the appointments book, just due to the fact that the initial setup didn't work, and now I'm traveling. So overall, I'd say the experience was not stellar, not amazing, but this is an okay solution if you don't have another booking setup and you want to utilize their video booking. They don't actually have in-person booking, so that could be a holdback for a lot of people that want to do both online and in-person booking. Be something simple for them to add, but it doesn't look like that is a feature that they're considering. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the video here. I did record an ending before I started traveling, just saying that nothing was working because it wasn't at that point, but it is working now, so I'll give them credit for that, but kind of a bummer that it didn't work flawlessly from the beginning. So I'm not gonna give this a final score because I ran into all of these weird little problems, but you can hopefully judge for yourself whether or not this is going to be a good fit for your business based on everything you've seen already in this video. That's going to do it. I'm going to get back to my travels here. If you have any questions or comments, I'm still checking over on YouTube. If you need help with your website, make sure you reach out on clientamp.com. My name is Dave Swift. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.